Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. And the transfer market's truly heating up in the final week. We're back for episode 9 of the League of Ireland Transfer Show. I'm once again joined by Mr. Ross Maguire, who has been, by all means, all hands to the pump ahead of getting this video ready, haven't you, boss?
That's it. Like it's been a little while since the last one. I think it was the last mid last week, the emergency episode with the plenty going on, and I thought it's kind of got loads of hype points on it as well, whatever that means. So if you can hype up the video again, guys, I think we got to like number 95 and hyped videos or something. So like that was pretty cool. So that hype thing is a cool little feature. Don't know what it does, but you might as well avail of it if it's there.
Yeah, that's it. Push us up, get us in the top 10.
That's it of whatever it is. Like, but yeah.
Why not? Why not? Like, why not?
Speaking of which, as well, me and Luke were just having a quick chat beforehand about the class support you guys have been showing these shows on the channel as well. But now less than 100 subscribers away from 4,000. So if you are new and like the stuff we're doing, make sure to stick around for the season, of course, as well. We're gonna have stuff coming out every week, so we want to see this kind of engagement in all the videos throughout the year and keep growing. So please do subscribe, drop a like. What are we saying this week? 100 again, Luke? Do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll do 100. Why not? For the amount we've both written down here to talk about, I think it's worth 100 likes. Go on.
Bumper episode in store, like.
Proper big this, like, yeah, let's
So
see.
100 likes would be fantastic, guys. And yeah, really do appreciate your support. And on Spotify as well, getting a few comments over on there. So make sure to get involved amongst it on Spotify. Much appreciated as well. And if you can leave us a little 5-star rating, I think we're starting to get a couple of 5-star ratings over there. So if you can do that as well, much appreciated. But I think it's time to get into the good stuff, Luke. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Which way will we start this week? Will we do Waterford first or
Do you
Bows
want to look
first?
at a couple of comments first?
Oh, Jesus, how could we? Actually, we have a backlog of comments, don't we? Because we've the bumper, we've the emergency episode and episode 7.
Yeah, so I'll run through them all relatively quickly. We'll quick look at Spotify. I got a couple on there. Dennehy's01 said, "Great show, lads. Thank you very much, mate." And I'm not gonna even try. This is just a load of random letters, but said that Shell's new little beauty, 2 goal involvements today after signing yesterday. Obviously referring to Rodrigo Freitas. So yeah, he's had a good start to pre-season and good start to
Oh, he
life at Shell.
scored, yeah. He scored. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he scored a couple of goals already. I think he scored
Oh,
against
interesting.
Dundalk, the brace against Dundalk or something.
Nice. Some goer. Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited by him. I saw a few clips of him online. He's looking good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah, he
let's see how
looks
he
like
gets
kind of
on.
real technical, nippy forward, like not like a Boydie, but more like a Meat Bowie type or something, you know, kind of like.
I saw an interview of him talking when he signed. He was like, "We want to win back the championship." I was like, "All right, mate."
I love it. I love it. I'm so invested. Let's go,
What's the
Rodrigo.
championship? I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about the, I don't know, the Jim Malone Cup or
Give
something.
him a
I don't
break.
know.
He's only 1 week of English lessons. 1 week.
That's all he can say.
Yeah.
He just goes around saying that all day.
Joey O'Brien gave him that one line to say.
Yeah.
Um, we'll scooch on over to YouTube anyway. So this is episode 7 we're looking at first. The comments from that. So there might be a few outdated ones and bits and pieces here. And it's been a little while since the last one as well. So we'll just run through these quickly. But PJ Venom said, shaping up to be a very interesting season indeed. Shells with a big money recruit. Like Luke mentioned, always a bit more pressure on performance in these cases to justify the cash hit. Hope it works out. James McLean's return to an already bolstered Derry team, looking to knock Shamrock Rovers off their title perch for a fairy tale finish. Nice video, lads.
Yeah. No, I agree with both those. Yeah, it's heating up well. I definitely think the standard of the league's gotten better, hasn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's
Across the
unbelievable stuff.
board, like.
Yeah, across the board. Minus Galway, but yeah, across the board.
Yeah. Cormac 2006 said, and this was 11 days ago, and this is actually the first I heard of this at the time was, don't know if this is true, but Deli Ali to Bows I've heard, but that's obviously been kind of memed to high heaven and one we touched on in the last one, so yeah, definitely not happening. Like,
Well, I saw Reynolds and all talking about it. I don't know if they're tuning in to the hyped video. Maybe they're hyping it up. Maybe they want it to happen.
get the conversation flowing. Like,
Yeah.
uh, what else we have here then? Carl Megan says Aidan Kelly's gone to Cliftonville. I think he was one we'd linked with someone, wasn't it? I think.
We linked them with Dundalk, I think.
Doc,
Aidan
maybe. I
Kelly.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Interesting.
Nish, Nisha O'Kane says, Derry still missing a clinical forward. Could be the season where the experience and energy in the team mix, hopefully. Enjoying the content, lads. New follower. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. And I think since that Derry have signed a striker, we'll touch on that as well. Uh, Limo the man 8900 said Bray signed some lad from Sierra Leone, John Billy Cisse, apparently decent, and also signed young shell striker Tyreek Sammy. So looking decent. Hopefully we can push Cork for the title a bit next season.
Yeah, I think they'll be up there with them for sure. It'd be good. It's good. Every year it's a one horse race. This year has to be different. So hopefully,
Yeah, it's hard. I think it could be Cork comfortably again in the end, but
yeah. If they're
hopefully
keeping
not.
Shawnee Maguire and Rory Keaton, like it's just like, it's formidable, isn't it?
Even if they
Like for
lost
first,
Shawnee, they have the fella from Finn Harps and Rory. That should be enough
yeah,
still, like, hands by
yeah.
Pongo, isn't it?
Bigger Keller, Rory Feely at the back as well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They've
solid.
experience throughout the team.
Yeah, solid. Meme Tapia 5-130. Draw had I really need a midfielder. We've had a good window so far, but if we finally want Europe, we need a midfielder. Ideally, a striker as well, like Boyd. But Ross was right. Cole would have been perfect for us.
Spot on. I couldn't agree more. I think Boyd is the one that definitely might develop as the week goes on.
Yeah,
You can't really see him sticking around the shells. Four strikers, he's played with one. He's have a lot of tens there as well. Like I just think he probably needs football. And I think Gerard is the perfect fit, so why not? Like,
yeah, no, it does seem like a good fit.
yeah.
PFC TV. Keep up the good work, lads. Thank you very much, man. John Harper says, enjoying the vlogs, lads. I like the vibes of Finner as sporting director. That might be one we touch on in a bit as well, because of course that
Yeah.
has come to fruition. Aaron SRFC says maybe Rovers will sign someone like Sean Maguire and promote Ben Mahon to replace Green and Noonan.
Yeah, well, Green's since staying another year.
That confirmed?
Well, it's not confirmed, but he was playing in the friendly, so you can't imagine him playing a friendly and then calling it quits.
Yeah, yeah.
So that'd be tough. Like we'll see.
He's just one good lad to have in the dressing room, probably if nothing else, nearly, isn't
I
he?
think I think he's a company man more than anything. He's a man on the inside. As for Bradley, someone Bradley can trust, and probably someone that can mentor the younger lads like Michael Noonan and Ben Mahon. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Paul Collin 9071. Good show, lads. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. He also came in with a couple of more comments actually. He said, with the two McLean signs, Derry in theory might not need Joshua Daniels as much. I kind of feel that Josh Daniels is like a right-sided player rather than McLean and Patrick. Patrick's centre half and McLean's left wing back probably. So I think that right with Ronan Boyce on that right side probably still needs. Well, I think they've actually addressed that potentially
Mm.
as well. We'll touch on that.
Yeah,
He also says that Shamrock Rovers could do with Sean Boyd.
yeah. Been there, done that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Someone that Stephen Bradley likes, and someone that I actually think on his day is there's no one like him in the league on his day, but I'm not too sure if he'd be moving to Tallinn now.
Yeah, I can't see that to be honest.
Yeah.
Richie Sheridan says Maguire has another 2 years in his contract, so it's maybe why Cork want a decent figure. He's on good wages as well, coming back from England.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just more the first division angle, I suppose. The money's good, the contract's long, but does he want to play in the first division? Only he can answer that. So,
Yeah,
and obviously Cork have a high uh, fee for him as well. So those two things never really mix well.
yeah, high fee. We'll see about that. David Howe says, has Elding left Sligo? That was 10 days ago. Of course, there's been some developments there. Ryan Key for Galway United's pre-season has been pathetic in terms of news and updates for fans. No signings since the 7th of January, but the club are waffling on about buzzing for the new season. With what players we have, and we're just over 2 weeks from the season starting. Rant over.
Thought
They've had a,
Sligo absolutely hammered them. Sligo
did
absolutely
they?
hammered them. But there was lots of you players playing, but like they lost like 5-0 or something to Sligo. It
Oh,
was pretty bad. Like,
not great.
uh, yeah, it's not looking good.
And a few developments on the Galway front that we'll touch on when we get to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit concerning, of course. And then Nathan comes in with it would be silly for Rovers to be splashing money on players. I think this is in reference to me talking about them potentially emulating shells, spending six
Mm.
figures on players. He said it'd be silly for Rovers to be splashing money on players. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should spend it. Look at Dundalk, for example. European money would be better spent on training facilities or youth academy rather than once-off players you hope come good to sell on for more money.
Fully agree. Couldn't agree more.
Um, I came back to him and I said, fair point. Training facilities are a big focus for Rovers, apparently, as you were saying in that one. Making some money off kids as well is definitely a focus point. I just think they've got to a stage where they could widen their scope a bit more on the scouting front. Not taking massive risks on players, but getting young talents in is more than worthwhile. People of the Matt Healy ilk in terms of that age profile and continental experience was what my rebuttal was.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, no, listen, we've always been quiet to date, but I think Bradley said there's gonna be two or three signings this week, and we'll touch on that later on in the videos, so we'll get into that then.
Nice one. Touch on the quickly on the comments from the last one, then our emergency episode, episode 8. PJ Venom was in that one as well. Top man. He said, top-notch emergency show shenanigans, lads. The return of Super Mac Bros to Derry is definitely a big one for their title aspirations. This league always keeps us on our toes. You can say that again.
For sure. Yeah.
3 days ago, then the GTS says, "When's the next episode out, lads? Dying for some LOI content." That's a very nice comment.
Thank you. Yeah. No, here we go.
Here we go, indeed. Richie Sheridan, Bodo Glimt should be inspiration for the smaller leagues with how they perform in Europe. They play in a small ground but show ambition with investment in their squad.
Got into the playoffs as well. Some going. I finished out of
Unbelievable.
Benfica in 23rd. Yeah, 100% there. They're exactly they're a town of like 50,000 people as well.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not very doable, but it can be done.
They beat City, didn't they, last week as well, I think?
Yeah, yeah, they beat them 3-1 out there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, did a
unbelievable.
job on them. So did they beat Atletico?
They
They
beat
had another
Atletico, I
mad
think.
result. Yeah, they had another mad result. Their
Yeah,
own
and
fair play.
they drew at Spurs, I think, earlier on in the competition as
Yeah,
well, I believe.
yeah, that's unbelievable.
Unreal. Cobra HD, Luke's face when Deli Ali is announced is quality.
Ah, listen, listen. I was just imagining him playing for Bows, and just I saw a video of him on Twitter. Actually, he's like, every morning I wake up and I say to myself, I have an alarm on my phone that goes off and it says World Cup
Yeah,
2026.
yeah, yeah.
We're talking him signing for Bows.
Yeah.
I'll be
Good
explaining to your
six,
face.
good 6 months of bows, and you never know. America could come calling. Actually, the closest I get to America is Kev's already signed him, probably.
Yeah, spot on. Move up in the ladder.
John Harper said, "Nice one, lads. No emergency comments. Tut tut." So we obviously didn't do any comments in the emergency episodes, so we're covering both in this one. Our apologies, though. Then Adam came in with the Derry Journal reporting that Derry City are going for Barry Cotter and Shane Duffy.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that as well later on in the
All
video.
that good stuff. Tony F, great show, lads. As a Drogheda United fan, we love going to Talca. Most fans prefer to stand. Excuse me. No seats, please. Union Berlin, 70% standing, and the atmosphere is electric.
Talk is a great away day. Yeah, no, it's good. There's good pubs around, and when it's not raining, it's even better. So
That's what I was gonna say. A roof would make a big difference, I
yeah,
think. Like,
yeah.
so,
It was up when it rains there. It can be miserable. Like,
yeah. I think
so
the
I think
seats from a European standpoint as well. I think you'd need that if you want to play group stage games with Talca, and even for capacity attendances and stuff like that. It's not ideal in terms of missing out on a huge chunk of people that could be getting into the ground as well.
yeah, I think they need to do up that stand next. Once they do up the new stand,
Yeah.
I think that's important. Yeah.
Super Sam Plays says, really respect what Shells are doing at the moment with all these left field signings. Could go one of two ways, but as a Rovers fan myself, I would love us to be a bit more aggressive with our signings. We should be able to splash the cash, but obviously has to be sensibly. Love the show, lads. Not long now until the greatest league in the world is back.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's definitely truth in that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Very excited by the Shelburne business. Oisin McNevin. Yeah, so Shamrock Rovers fan here. The positive for me about the McLean transfer is that him and his family won't have to put up with sectarian abuse anymore.
To put up a League of Ireland abuse.
Yeah, yeah. I think he commented on that actually, didn't he? He said,
Did he? Yeah.
like the I'll be getting a bit of abuse from the stands, but be kind of like good natured, kind of like the general
Yeah.
stuff that every player gets. Like it won't be
He's like,
anything.
there's no genuine hatred there that
No,
was there
no,
before.
no crossing of the line. It's just a bit of crack, like
Yeah, yeah,
which I
no.
think he's all for. Like, he's happy to like he'll enjoy that nearly. Like,
Yeah, yeah, no, I think it'll be a bit of banter, like, and I think everyone will have a pop, but I think you'll love that. Like, you'll get off on that sort of thing.
yeah. Maradona says, doesn't surprise me with Hoban. LOI is a lot stronger than the Northern Irish League. I think that's in reference to us talking about him getting 6 goals up there in one game.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Well, they're signing some good players, so I think it's getting better. To be fair to it, like
Yeah.
as Connor Keeley touched off as well, guys, check out that video as well if you haven't already.
Yeah.
He's talking a bit about the Northern Irish League and kind of a good few players moving up there and how the standards improving and how it's actually a great. Key came through there, Oren Casey came through there, a few others as well, John McGovern. So yeah, it's a good place, breeding ground for future League of Ireland talent.
100%. Lou P says, oh, B teams are fine for Michael Noonan at Hoffenheim in Germany. The perfect solution for him. But as soon as Rovers try and do it here, 90% of the LOI community throws a wobbler.
Yeah, yeah. There's an element of truth in that. I suppose maybe it's just from the perspective that we only have 20 professional teams in the country, whereas Germany has third, fourth, fifth tiers.
Yeah.
So maybe the third division might be an angle for that, but we'll see.
Yeah, what I said back to him was, I said, interesting one, very different situations. I don't necessarily disagree with B teams, especially with the tier coming into play, as you
Mm,
just said. The problem for
yeah,
me is that so many parts of the country are underrepresented that I don't
yeah,
feel overly comfortable with B teams until we see more clubs from other regions involved. Badly needed for the growth of the league nationwide, was my response.
yeah. Like you can't have a B team and not have a Mayo or not have a Carlow or
Yeah.
a Kildare. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but with the third tier, I think it's something that could be looked at again potentially.
for sure.
Adds to said the Shell's fitness coach Mauro Martins is Portuguese and was part of Sporting Lisbon's setup. Something tells me he was part of identifying Rodrigo Freitas.
Yeah, that's a great show. Some I
Yeah,
actually didn't know. Definitely food for thought. I don't know that for sure, but it makes sense, doesn't it?
does no, without a doubt, without a doubt. Seems like there's definitely could have been some sort of relationship there. And then finally, PFC TV says Deli Ali up the bows.
There we
There
go.
you, there you have it. There you have it. All your comments. Sorry, drop the mic. Make sure to let us know your thoughts, feelings, emotions in this one as well. We'll run through them all next week. We've probably a couple of more weeks left of the whole transfer show situation. Not sure when the window's up because we thought it might be the end of
A
Jan, but
month.
I think it's actually a little bit
Mm.
longer than that, isn't it?
You were saying February 3rd for the UK anyway,
Yeah,
wasn't it February 3rd?
something like that.
I
And
don't,
it's
I,
later
I
in
don't know
February.
when the other one's up, but
Yeah,
yeah.
later in Feb for Irish teams, I think. So a few more weeks of this anyway. So make sure to get your
Yeah.
comments in. Do you want to start Bows or Waterford, top or bottom?
Much as I let you decide. What do you think?
Uh, sure, we'll go with Bose. We'll go with Bose.
Yeah, sounds
Um,
good.
Kevin Zeffy training with them. Do you see that?
Saw that. Yeah, it doesn't look like one that'll happen though.
No,
He's been training with a good few teams. Training with an Albanian team. He was training with Sligo. I think he's holding out for a move to the UK, but
seems that way. Yeah,
would be a fantastic move for Bowes because he's someone that if he played 30 games, I think he'd be one of the best young players in the league, and you'd make money off him. But would he sign? I don't know.
no, I don't think so. He might sign on a 6 month deal or something, maybe max, and then have a look at
Mm,
his options in the summer. Maybe he's a Rovers boy
yeah.
though. He's not back at U's.
I don't know what the crack is there. He obviously hasn't trained back. Like I'll touch off later in the video a few other ex Rovers U players, but maybe the relationship isn't there for that to happen. But yeah, don't know. Haven't heard anything.
Yeah, there's plenty of bows confirmed ins we'll touch on, but potential out. Obviously, James Talbot was released at the end of last season. We talked about maybe a Galway, but looks like that's not going to happen, and other options potentially. But looks like he might be off to the States. USL side, Corpus Christi is a potential option for him. What you think on that? Maybe going over to the States for a couple of years.
Why not? Like
Yeah,
he's played in this league for nearly a decade. Try something new. Be
yeah,
good for him.
I agree. I agree as well. We'll touch on Bo's ins then. Good few bits and pieces since the last one. Seydou Diallo coming in from Derry City, midfielder.
Yeah, probably a profile of player which they didn't have. I know Noel Morahan's kind of that kind of number six, so to say, but like Diallo kind of gets stuck in and would maybe enable the likes of Tierney and Devoy to play a bit more football. He's just a brute of a fella, and
Yeah.
yeah, Morahan obviously likes playing right full as well. So and obviously McManus there, so there's an array of options. Both are looking really strong, strength and depth wise. Obviously getting to their other signings now, but yeah, a solid signing. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's a good sign. I will be a little bit worried for McManus this year now in terms of minutes, like
Mm.
is an option to go back to Sligo on loan or something potentially, just in terms of there's so many midfielders now. Flores might be coming back into that midfield as well, Hickey, of course, and stuff as well. So so many midfielders there. I'd just be worried about McManus's kind of development being a little bit stunted potentially. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think it's a good sign. I think he's a good profile coming in. I think it's an upgrade on probably Keith Buckley in terms of like age profile and what he's going to offer him this year. So I think it's a good sign.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. 100%.
Uh, I don't know. Is it Senan Mullen? Senan Mullen? Is that
Dan
his name?
Mullen, yeah,
Senan
yeah,
Mullen,
yeah.
centre half coming in on loan from Torino, on a season-long loan. I think that was important. Obviously, they had Sean Gretton coming in for a 6 month loan last year. When he left, they felt the effects of him leaving mid-season. So I think getting the centre half in for the whole year it was important. He joined Torino from Dundalk in 2024. Stephen O'Donnell actually gave him his Dundalk debut. So obviously Stephen O'Donnell, assistant manager at Bows now. I'm sure he played a key role in getting this one done. So centre half from Torino, interesting.
Very interesting, yeah. I have a good feeling about this one. Obviously, it's already had a loan at Serie B club, was it? I don't think you had too much luck there. But yeah, Bo is great breeding ground for young players. yeah, he should get game time. Obviously, you've four centre halves at the club already, but you'd hope that his ability would do the talking and he'd get a chance. And yeah, I'm interested to see how he gets on.
Yeah, I think he'll be a kind of a starter for them, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
If not straight away, I think after a couple of games, he'll be in the mix there straight away.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, you can kind of link in bows with right backs throughout the whole window and saying they missed out on so many players, and maybe
Yeah.
it was worth the wait because they've ended up with Dara Power from Cheltenham, and he's someone that I
Yeah.
know we both rated really highly at Waterford. I think we had him in team of the seasons. I think you wanted him at Rovers as an option at Rovers, and I think that's a really, really good pickup from Cheltenham.
Yes, I think, we pie in our face in this regard. They're going like, Badge, why is he not signing them or whoever
Yeah,
else? The Josh Daniels were saying at one point, yeah, he's a fantastic player, like really good age profile, what's he in his mid 20s?
25,
You
I think.
know, so electric and getting up and down the lines, brings so much life to that Bows team. Yeah, I was just looking at Diallo and Power going into Bows. It almost change their dynamic again as a team. It makes them that bit stronger. Like, he's a real. He could be, as I said, PFL Player of the Year. And there's no reason why he couldn't be the best rifle in the league next season. Him, Danny Grant, and Bang, neck to neck.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair play.
really good sign, and kind of getting that
Yeah,
league experience in as well, I think is important for Bows as well. They've kind of
yeah,
took a few risks. I know that fella Okadina they brought in last year and stuff. Kind of players that don't know the league
yeah,
too well. I think getting boys in that know the league inside out is important. So
yeah.
yeah, impressed by
Fair
Bows'
play.
business. I think they can definitely kick on next year. And obviously they finished fourth this year, so I don't know how much higher they could go. Theoretically, I think probably Alan Reynolds is probably the thing holding them back a little bit, in my opinion. But
Mm.
um, yeah, the squad looks very strong.
Yeah, like anything lower than Europe is a crime, is a sackable offence. I know obviously you've Derry, you've Shells, you've Pats, you've Bow. Sorry, you've Derry, Shells, Pats, and yeah, it's and Rovers. Like it's a really strong bunch, but that team it's a good to 25 really good players, and yeah, you have to be finishing in Europe with that sort of squad.
100%. Anything else, Bose, your side? A
Yeah, a
couple of
few.
strikers, haven't they, and stuff?
Yeah, they've been linked with Johnny Afalabi today.
Yeah.
I read a
He
report
got
there
released.
from Belgium. I don't know if he is released or he's getting released. It's
Yeah.
either what they're not renewing as he's injury prone. Like he's been really kind of in and out of the team. He was on loan last year, at Camber in Netherlands. Now
Yeah.
he's back at Kortrijk. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. They're
Yeah.
Belgian second division team. In and out of the side by all means. Decent age profile. What's he, 26, 27? So a lot to give. But yeah, Bo's been linked to him, and I could see him going back there, to be fair.
Yeah. I saw a couple
But
of fans saying like we don't need another injury prone striker because obviously Whelan and Douglas James Taylor haven't had the best luck with injuries either. So it's the three of
yeah.
them. Surely you can keep one fit at least all season round. Like,
Yeah, why not? Like it's a punt, like, and I think they have the money to make the punt. And sure, look, have three of them there, and if they're all fit, you can just get Whelan could go on loan. Or, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's not a bad problem to have.
No.
I think they definitely should pursue it.
Yeah, without a doubt. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Anything else, Bose wise?
No, that's it for me.
Yeah,
That's it for me.
nice one. Derry City then obviously getting very, very busy. Have a load written down for them. So, we had a comment from someone saying that they needed a goal scorer. They brought in Josh Thomas on loan from Swansea. Obviously, he was on loan at Drogheda United last season. He scored 6 goals in 17 games for them. Kind of a respectable return. And he looked bright in a good few games. Obviously, I think did he get sent off in that last game against Bows?
Yeah, so he will be suspended for the first few. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, I think that's a good sign though. I do rate him. I think he's a good player.
good player. Yeah, kind of one to watch player for me this season. I really think he could push on and go and get 10, 15 goals. And there's no reason why he can't. And yeah, I think he's ready to make that next step. And I think it's a solid acquisition for Derry.
100%. Next up, Kevin Dos Santos. They brought him in on a 2-year deal.
I
Uh,
did this transfer baffles me. Like
yeah.
I don't know the logic. I was looking at his Wikipedia there, and I was looking at his record. He played for Darlington, for York, kind of yeah,
What position does
mid
he play
tier.
actually?
He's like a winger of some sort,
He's a winger, yeah.
right winger or something. I don't know.
Right wing back maybe.
Dude, but what they're signing, another
Sorry.
fella we'll get on
Yeah.
after, but I don't know what the logic is here, to be honest. Kind of one of these fellas I could see being released in May,
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's gone in on trial and he's impressed, but like his CV isn't impressive by any means.
Yeah.
A bit of a rogue one, but we'll see.
Yeah, he left Atletico Ottawa in Canada, and as you say, impressed on trial. So a 2 not even a 1-year deal, a 2-year deal as well. Kind of a real statement. Like,
Must be decent. We'll see. Yeah, but looking from the outside in, it's hard to rationalise it.
Yeah, touching on what you mentioned there, obviously in terms of that right wing back position, I think Henry Rylap was the man you're referring to. Brought him in on
Yeah,
loan from Charlton. Saw him
yeah.
kind of described as a versatile right-sided player.
Mm.
See, he seems like that kind of Ronan Boyce replacement, the right wing back, on loan from Charlton. So I'm sure he has some good pedigree behind him. So it seems like a decent signing.
I think it'd be one or two, yeah. I think it's a dangerous game relying on him. You never know, he might be a surprise package, but yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Went another player that went in on trial, I think, for Derry before they loaned him. I think Charlton let him go over. He's been in the academy since he was a youngster, so I think that leeway was there from Charlton's perspective. I think Charlton renewed his contract into 2027 recently enough, so they
Yeah.
obviously back him in some extent. So it'll be interesting, yeah, a bit of a rogue one, but could work out, could not. We'll see.
100%. Another one, wing back that they've been linked with
Mm.
is Barry Cotter. He's been linked
Yeah.
back to a number of League of Ireland teams. I'm not sure, it's kind of not defined, but I think it's Barnsley still. It's not defined whether it's a
Mm.
loan or a permanent deal. I think Derry might be pursuing a permanent, but remains to be
Mm.
seen. Obviously, he can probably play left wing back, right wing back, do a job. Either side was very good for Pats on loan from Hughes, I think, wasn't it, when he was over?
Yeah.
I think
He's
Hughes.
decent for us as well, but
Yeah.
he had a bit of a falling out. Yeah, about game time and stuff. He was decent when he first came back from Ipswich, and then I think he was in and out of the team. And I don't think he wanted that. And he went to Pats and impressed, went to Barnsley, and now he had a loan spell at Notts County. I'm pretty sure he's in and out of the team there as well. So yeah, I think he's just trying to find his home at the moment. And I saw St. Pat's, Waterford are expressing interest in him as
Yeah.
well. But for me, Derry's a no-brainer with the system, and I just think if he goes in there, he slots in right wing back, and I think he'd be a really good player for Derry.
Yeah, it's their team is coming together nicely, isn't it? Like you've
Yeah.
McLean, Potter wing backs, you've McLean centre half, you've Slevin there, you've obviously Markey, James Clark, Michael Duffy,
Mm.
Like it's coming together. Obviously, the only concern you have is maybe will it take them a while to gel? It feels like they brought in like a lot of players.
Mm.
Will it take a while to get up and running? Like,
Yeah, it's the yearly rebuild for Derry, isn't it?
yeah,
Like I I was gonna say this with the next player we're gonna link him with, but yeah, but, like some of the stories going around the league from a Derry perspective, like apparently, like remember we were talking with James Clark to Rovers, and that was supposedly near to a done deal, and in the 11th hour, I've heard from a Bow source and a Rover source on this that he was on his way to Rovers, and then Derry came in the 11th hour, and the offer was blowing Rovers out of the water. And I think even
wow,
Rovers hierarchy says he'd be mad not to take that. So as
yeah,
far as budgets in the league, like it wouldn't surprise you if Derry the highest budget in the league. Like probably, I don't know what they're paying James McLean, but being linked with the likes of Shane Duffy coming back in the summer.
yeah, yeah,
It's just mad. Like Shane Duffy's on what's he on like 16, 18 grand a week at
yeah,
Norwich. Like if he come back to Derry, what's he gonna be on like 3, 4, 5 grand a week?
at
They're
least,
they're
yeah,
they're paying mad money, like, and I think there's probably a real pressure on Derry this season to mount the title charge. And if they don't mount the title charge, I think people will start getting flicked and Kieran and Lynch and so on. It's really there's a lot of money being pumped into Derry, it seems.
yeah, no, definitely. The pressure's definitely on, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
If it is a slow start, it's like could Tiernan Lynch be an outside shout for like first sacked maybe or something? Because if they do, like with this much money being pumped in, it needs a return, like, and they can't
Mm.
let Rovers or Shells build up a bit of a gap 10 games in first quarter season. If there's a big gap there, they won't be happy.
No, and obviously they're playing their first few games away from the Brandywell.
Yeah,
So that like that's something to contest with as well. Like, they're going to get used to a new pitch, new environment, and then they'll be back in the Brandywell on it's a grass pitch, yeah, it'll be a different service altogether, and they won't have played that. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts. But
yeah.
look,
Are they doing a
no,
grass
there's
pitch up
not.
there now? Are they? They changed the grass.
They're trying to get it to that was what I was reading on it. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Yeah, they're trying to get it to a grass pitch. Yeah, that's the whole point behind it because I think the AstroTurf was yeah a bit hit and miss as far as their players and people
Yeah,
coming up and playing on it.
terrible surface. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, no, look, there's no getting away from Derry's team on paper. It's phenomenal, but I think with that comes a lot of pressure.
Without a doubt, yeah. Surely it's a matter of time before they do win something. I know they won a couple of years back, but if,
Yeah,
if the league has to be careful.
even maybe even a European group stage if they're in the Europa, like and like as I said, linked them there. Shane Duffy, like I think. Do you think that could happen in the summer?
I wouldn't be surprised, that like he's a
They
Derry
need a
boy,
centre
isn't he?
half, like they do. Like
Yeah,
if they're playing a back three, they need them.
Duffy, Slevin, McLean, it's back three, pretty good going. Like,
Outrageous, like
yeah, and McLean and Cotter
outrageous.
wing backs,
That's unreal. And then Duffy, Thomas, and
and
Clark, and you've
Markey.
Markey on the bench, and you've
Yeah,
Olienka and Dia. And sorry, no, O'Reilly and
you forget how
oh,
Carl Winchester and all these boys. Like,
Winchester
yeah,
and
And
We
like
could go
like
on and
likes
on
of
and on.
Winchester, you wouldn't even think of it's on decent money there as well. You know, like
Yeah,
the whole squad's on good cash. Like,
Gavin White's there as well, and he was in the
yeah,
championship a year ago. You know, like we're not even. It's just there's so much. There's such a good team there up in Derry. It's just about gelling it all together. But to
yeah,
be fair, I think they have a lot of really good personalities, and I think if there's any season for the gel, it should be this season. If they
yeah.
can't do it with this personnel, they'll never be able to do it.
Yeah, James McCain be desperate to do it as well. Like, and
Yeah,
he'll be a huge signing. Like he's playing week in week out for Wrexham and border on a playoff push. So, unbelievable business.
yeah,
Move on to Drogheda then. Obviously, a big shout out to Connor Keely. Signed a new 2 year contract and was kind enough to give us some time recently. Jumped on the channel. That video is live on the channel at the minute, so make sure to go check it out. Lovely fella. Had a chat about all sorts with him, his career so far, his uh, time up north, his spell at Pats, obviously aims for next season with Drogheda, being kicked out of Europe last year. So much stuff to chat through with him. And great fella. So make sure to go check that out. But huge to get him on a 2 year deal, wasn't it? I think the contract.
2 year deal. Yeah, I think with his contract, it just kind of got triggered the extension. Obviously, there was a lot of interest in him, and it was
Yeah.
announced quite quickly. I remember it was like the season was only done a week, and it was kind of Kelly's extended. It's like, what went on there, you know?
Yeah.
But look, obviously they sorted out whatever happened, and they gave him a new contract, and yeah, 2 years is great, a great coup from Drogheda because, as I said, there would have been undoubtedly interest, and even on a 1 year deal, I say teams like the likes of Derry, I'd say would have no hassle, or even Shells or Rovers have no
Yeah.
hassle throwing a transfer fee in there. So yeah, no, great business by Drogheda.
Without a doubt. Not a huge amount I have them in terms of incomings. I saw they signed Finn Tally. We'd linked him previously. Goalkeeper backup for Denison has been confirmed. Um, I think they probably have an eye out on one or two more. Nothing hugely linked at the minute. I know maybe they're looking at Boydie, maybe they're looking at a midfielder.
Hmm.
So nothing majorly substantially linked, but I haven't heard too much anyway of you.
No, I've heard nothing. I saw they were like kind of put out their confirmed squad numbers and that open for sponsorship now. So they were kind of talking like their squad's done, but surely there's one or two more to come in, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, yeah, they're not far off anyway, I wouldn't say.
No.
Dundalk then, Vinnie Leonard's transfer saga is kind of rumbling on a little bit. It looked like Brighton and Hove Albion, the move there was going to happen, 400 grand. It looked like a sure thing, but I think
Mm.
Kieran Kilduff, sorry, came out and kind of denied that and cooled it a little bit, saying that nothing was done for the moment. Obviously, there's other clubs circling around, so maybe that might have piqued the interest of a Norwich, of a Crystal Palace, of a Celtic. So maybe they might end up with a few more quid in the bank account off the back of it.
Hope so, yeah. It'd be fantastic to get him over that 500 grand. Mark Friedman, Dundalk, obviously they've had their troubles, but yeah, Vinny Lennon is a great centre half, and I think he's someone I'd love to sign a new deal with Dundalk, put that leap of faith into the next, to say a new 2 year deal, and then play it out of his skin for the next 6 months, and then Dundalk could make way more, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. But look, there's interest, and yeah, let them bid, as I say.
Yeah, yeah, without a doubt. I think even if he does go to the UK, he'll be here till the summer anyway, which is good for a bit of first team football anyway.
Definitely.
Even if he got a loan till the end of the season, back to them or something would be great. But I'm
Mm.
sure he'll probably want to have a crack at wherever he goes, and he's earned that right. Um, Aaron Keogh, Sean Keogh's younger brother, I believe, 17 years old, signed from Shelbourne's academy. Had a good year in Shelbourne's youth squad last year. Signed for Dundalk. Don't think he'll be in the first team probably, but it's a good. Seems like a good little pickup. Obviously, Sean Keogh's brother, so it's good. Runs in the family, like.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I came from Shell's midfielder, so different type of player, but why not? Why not? Surely he'd have some sort of ability like his brother. So yeah, develop him. He's only 17. See how he gets on, and yeah, why not? Dundalk are kind of really gone in the youth road. Obviously, there are a few experienced boys like your Mullins, your Cornwalls, your Buckleys, your Kearns, but like with that, they have a good blend of young lads. So yeah, I think it's a good move.
Yeah. Speaking of shells to Dundalk, Sean Boyd has been linked a little bit as well.
Yeah.
To potentially partner Danny Mullen up top or re-rotation or whatever. But I think Kieran Culduff has cooled that a little bit again. But
Mm.
Boydie's one where you're thinking maybe a loan could be on the cards from like with Rodrigo Freitas, Meepo, Martin, all probably ahead of him in the pecking order currently as it stands. It seems like
Yeah.
it's probably the best case scenario for him, especially after a couple of injuries last year and stuff, is to even go for 6 months till the summer and get some first team football under his belt. I think that'd be best case for him.
Yeah, I think his roots set in Dublin, but
Lock's not too bad though, isn't it?
no, it's not too. I was just even thinking from the Galway perspective or somewhere
Yeah,
like that. Like I don't
yeah.
know if that would happen because of that. But like Dundalk, yeah, look, they've a Ruby, they've Kenny, they've Mullen,
Yeah, they
they've
have
options up
strikers
there.
actually, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, but like Dundalk, I think Drogheda need to go in there there's
Yeah,
just you've nothing to lose there by loaning them in. You've nothing
no
to lose,
brainer.
and you even like you could do one of these deals with Galway or Sligo where you could train twice a week or something, do your own bits. I definitely think it'd be a waste to see him on the bench or in the reserves for Chelsea next season. I'd love to see him get first team football. Because there's definitely a player in there. It's just, and like to be honest as well, his injury record with that Astro and Oriel, like I think it's a recipe for
That'd
disaster.
be a
Like I don't
disaster.
think that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, that will be a disaster.
Yeah,
The only thing about him I'd say is like he's a different profile to the other strikers Shells have. Your Martins, Meepos, and
yeah,
Britas. He's a completely different option, but he just doesn't really. They need to kind of have that pacey, probably good on the like really technical striker up top for that one up front, rather than
mm.
probably a target man. But he is someone you can bring off the bench and just cause chaos for the last 20, 30 minutes. So it's probably something that Joey Boyne's considering. But I think alone is the best case scenario for all parties there.
Yeah. Surely that goes through. We'll see.
Moving over to the West, then we'll move on to Galway United. Richie Holland being brought in as assistant manager. Obviously the terrible news that Ollie Horgan last year. I think John Daly went in there, wasn't it, towards the end of the season?
Yeah,
He obviously got the Waterford gig. Richie Holland was assistant manager at Cove Ramblers last year to Mick McDermott. He has come in to Galway now. Seems like I think he's an experienced enough fella. Like could be a decent pickup.
yeah. I think it's really important who John Caulfield has by his side. Like they're arguably equally as much of a manager as John
Yeah.
Caulfield is. He gives him a lot of leeway and a lot of a lot of power to kind of implement tactics and coaching sessions and so on. So yeah, Richie Holland, a good reliable figure, and obviously I don't know how long he's been. I hope he's been there since the start of pre-season, not just came in there last week. But look, nonetheless, it's a good addition, and hopefully implements a bit of stability because I think they really need it right now.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely been some positive signs for Galway compared to what's been like the general
Mm,
bad feeling around. Just to touch before we get into the good transfer news, I suppose. We kind of discussed we didn't really know where he was, what was happening. Greg Cunningham has now announced his retirement from football. I think he got a bad injury. I'm not sure if it was last season. It was last season, wasn't it? And
yeah.
he's been playing really well up until that point, which is such a shame for Galway. So that's a sad bit of news, and had a great career and great player. I think he had four caps for Ireland in the end. I think.
Yeah, really proven. He has a number of promotions under his belt as well.
Yeah,
Like a really kind of, proven player in the UK. Someone I'd actually probably love to stay around the league and maybe even like go into underage coaching or be
definitely,
involved with first team coaching. I
definitely.
think he really has something to give. And I think if he could become a manager in future for our Galway or something, because he's a lot to give back to the game. So yeah, look, sad to see him go. He's only 34,
Yeah, young enough. Yeah.
which is young enough to be fair to him. But look, I think we had half an idea because he wasn't involved. But look, best of luck to him.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Move on to the good news stories for Galway. Anyway, it's definitely been a positive couple of weeks in terms of the ins front. Obviously, the goalkeeper department we were very concerned by. They have brought in
Yeah,
Evan Watts on loan from Swansea, which
solid.
is very solid. Obviously, he knows the club from last year as well, so that's definitely a massive one. It's an important one to get in, without a doubt.
Yeah, very good. I wonder if he'll be the number one. Surely you'd imagine there's a progression plan for him. Yeah, a solid one. I think one of the comments had said a few weeks back. So yeah, no, kudos there. But yeah, look, obviously one or two goalkeepers signed.
Yeah, Hugo Cunha, goalkeeper. We had linked him previously on a previous show. Portuguese top flight, I think he was in. So
Mm.
he's come in. You'd imagine he's coming in as a number two. I think he's not sure if he's on trial or whatever. But listen, two keepers in the door. They have a bit of cover there, so it's important to get that in as well.
Yeah, I think he was third choice. It was a Victoria or one of those clubs in
Something like
Portugal.
that.
One of
Yeah, yeah,
one of those clubs. So look, he was in and around first team set up in the top tier teams. We have to be some use.
yeah,
Whether he's number one material, time will tell. But yeah, look, solid. Especially if he's number two, it's solid.
yeah, definitely. Speaking of Swansea loans, they've got in another one. Arthur Parker. I'm actually going to Google him quickly because I didn't actually get his position. I'm not sure if you have it there, do you? Uh,
No, actually, I missed that one. Yeah,
Yeah, they brought in Arthur Parker on loan from Swansea City, a defender. Uh,
right.
on loan. He's only a young fella, only 19, I think.
Yeah.
But listen, defender in from centre half in from the UK. So I think that like listen, it could be one way or another, but I think it's an important one to get in, and he could be a good little player like to have.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. It feels like every player that signs with Galway is a maybe, isn't it? So
Yeah,
It's a tough one. Like I hope John, because John Cobb is a really, his teams are very well organized. So I hope he can get all these new lads gelling, because I think that's going to be essential, because they could easily go out there next week when the league gets gone or whatever in 2 weeks' time, and look like a bunch of strangers beside each other on the pitch. And if that happens, they're done. So he needs to get some camaraderie, and hopefully he could be a part of that.
Yeah, if they had made all these signings before Christmas or early Jan, like you'd
Yeah,
be more confident. But it's kind of feels like lastminute.com a bit with a
it's
lot of these.
thrown a bit. It's thrown together. Yeah,
Yeah.
good feeling.
But you
Yeah,
never know, Arthur Parker beside who's the centre half if we signed Killian Browder. The two of them
yeah.
could be decent. So this we'll see what
You've
happens.
You've Williams there as well. The
Yeah,
previously played for Dundalk, so you have a competition.
yeah. So it could be all right. And Swansea, you'd think he'd have a bit of pedigree as well.
Mm,
Um, they brought in a Canadian forward, Nicholas Fleuria Chateau. He was with
yeah,
Whitecaps FC. He's had a couple of loans. His goal record isn't too inspiring, but
no,
four goals in 22 games in Finland last year. Spent some time on trial with the club, and they have made that signing. So it's another one where you're just like, this we didn't know who Moses Dyer was last season. We'll just say
yeah.
that. So let's
No,
see.
that's it. You never know. I like one positive on him is he played college football over there, and he got like 14 goals in like 30 something games. So he did it once upon a time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think he got to move to Vancouver Whitecaps. Played once for them, went on loan to their second team. Didn't really score. I think he's only played like 40 senior games or something in his career, so he's reasonably inexperienced. But you never know. We'll see.
Yeah. In Finland, 4 goals, 22. Listen, not too
Yeah,
inspiring, but
yeah.
at least he scored a few goals, I suppose. But uh, another striker they had on trial, Pascal Simba, last with Gefle in the Swedish third tier. Haven't they, I don't think they've confirmed the signing or anything, but on trial anyway. Swedish
Well,
third tier
don't
player.
know where they're getting these fellas from.
It's wraps. It's curtains. It's curtains. No.
I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Like I think if he even did a Google search on him, nothing would come. Some fella would come up. Some salesman would come up or something. I don't even think a footballer would pop
Put
up.
in
So
Pascal Simba, Pascal Segan comes up like.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to give your opinion, isn't it?
Isn't
Like
it?
on this,
It's
like you just don't
impossible.
have a clue.
It's
Like you just
impossible.
don't have a
Like
clue.
they could come in as be world beaters, but it's probably on the unlikely side. Like,
Yeah. Ah,
uh,
Jesus.
that's it for my end, Galway. Did you have anything else, Galway?
That's all for me. All mine. All those names are written down. Mine is the Swansea lad. But yeah,
Yeah,
same sort of Galway. Bit worrying.
bit worrying is right. Shamrock Rovers. Then your boys. Obviously, we touched on Ronan Finn, director of football, appointed director of football in the comments section at the start. But happy with that?
Yeah, very happy with it. Yeah, probably more of a traditional director of football. Obviously, Stephen McPhail was kind of a director of football slash coach with the first
Coach.
team. But they got Sean Kavanagh as a coach now. Ronald Finn as a director of football. So, yeah, a bit more structure in that regard, and a bit of experience. I think he wasn't even finished his sports management masters. Had a few months left in it, but look,
Knows the
he knows
club.
the club,
Yeah,
and that's important. And he's a good
he's
rapport
he's,
with
he's
everyone.
finished UCD now. That's confirmed, is it? He's not playing with them anymore, is he?
No, yeah, he's retired now. Yeah, he's
That's
done.
right. Yeah. Well, speaking of UCD. Ronan Finn may have had a part to play in this transfer rumor. Obviously, young Adam
Mm,
Brennan, a winger from UCD, been linked with a move to the UK. I think Hull City and others have been
mm.
rumored with his signature. But it looks like Shamrock Rovers might be trying to do a bit of a Liam Scales on it and provide that platform for him to kind of show what he can do. Maybe you're in a bigger move or whatever.
This is a no-brainer. Like this is exactly what we're about. This is the Josh Honan and Liam Scales kind of Andy Lyons type style, and like someone that'll come in, 18 months, and then move on to the Championship or League One. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's like what 9 goals and a number of assists. I think it's double-digit assists. Really good stats last
Yeah.
season for UCD. Some of the plays off the left, right-footed, and yeah, electric, and probably can play as a wing back or in the
Yeah,
front two or front three or whatever. So.
take a really nice, exciting young winger and turn him into a wing back. That's Shamrock Rovers all over.
Listen, our wingbacks have fantastic stats. Like, look at Josh Honan's stats last season. He had like 15 or 16 goal contributions. Like,
Yeah,
even Andy Lyons, and he goes on. Neil Ferrugia, like, we have a really good track record.
yeah,
So yeah. One, I think I'd hope, I don't know, maybe Hull might pip to him, but I think we've a shot anyways with Finner in at the director of football.
definitely, 100%. Definitely could be a swinging factor. Um, Manuel Polster. Not sure if you saw this one. Austrian
I was
winger.
there. I was there.
Were you at this one? I'll
I
leave
was
this.
at it.
Leave this
I
to
was
you.
at it. We're all at the sideline and we're going. Who the hell's your man? Who's your man? You
Was this
ask him, no,
Longford
you
Town
ask
they're
him.
playing, was it?
Yeah, there's two games. There was Longford in the morning, there was Treaty in the afternoon. It was the first game, and he's playing left wing back. And people were saying he's Emmanuel, then it was Manuel, and the rumors are flying. But yeah, this Manuel Polster from Storm Graz in Austria, last played for a club in the Swiss league. I think he got loaned out, but he has like 14 caps for the under 21s for Austria. Like he's
Wow.
a proper pedigree. He scored two goals. Now listen, the game got going and he was a bit off the pace a little bit. Like you could tell he was
Was
probably
he?
a bit nervous or so on. He's just playing overly safe and he was breaking
What
down a few
was his
times with him.
goals
But
like?
then first goal was nice. Kind of got him the end of a move and they just slotted it in the corner. And then the second one, he was just back stick for a cross.
Yeah, yeah.
But you could see as the game was going on, he was growing in confidence. Kind of hard to read him because like our system's so like it's such a unique system. Like it's very hard just to jump in as a wing back because like you're attacking 1 second, but you're in the back
Yeah,
five the next.
yeah.
And you can see like Jack Byrne and the Stevens and stuff talking him through the game. But yeah, look, I think this is one that maybe could happen. He was over for the week on trial. So I heard, he's gone back now, but I think they're talking to him. So you never know. It might develop over the coming weeks.
Yeah. Was Andy Stevens in the back three, was he?
Yeah, and Stevens started off in the Pico role in the centre of the back three, and Igor Vasilin played a young lad. He signed from Club Kildare last year, a young centre half. He's unbelievable. Honestly, he
Really
scored
good.
a goal. He like done like some sort of ball roll and skinned three long for defenders, a slot in the corner. Then he scored a header. He's only
Wow.
18. Like he's someone that I'd really say we keep an eye on for this season. And then Jake Mulroney. Played in the first game. He played up top with John McGovern, and he kind of played in that kind of number 10 role behind the striker. And he looked really good. He was getting involved in build up play and he was putting a shift in, he was whipping in balls, he was drifting on the left, on the right. And he's someone that I think, he's someone that looks really kind of promising and really fit. So, yeah, it looked good.
Wait for the bubble to burst. Jack Byrne was playing as well, was he in that one?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was playing. Yeah, yeah, he did all right. Like he was playing more deeper in the midfield three, just
He
kind of
looked
linking up
fit
play.
enough, like obviously in Dubai and
He,
stuff.
he looked good, yeah, yeah. Like he didn't like as I said get a goal or anything like that, but he was kind of linking up play, dropping
Yeah,
in into the six, picking up the ball. Like that's kind of what he does, follows the play. He was grand, like he was fine.
yeah.
Yes, I think the bridge has been mended there, but yeah, as I said, we two very strong 11s. The later game, we had what was it? We had Graham Burke and Dylan Watts and Matt Healy. Sorry, not Lee Grace. Pico was in the later game, and yeah, like strength and depth, 2 11s. So yeah, it was positive.
Yeah, I heard a few rumors about. I think he's a fella that left here when he was young. Naj Razi,
Training,
left
yeah.
Como, apparently training with Rovers. Was he involved in either of those games? Was he not?
No, no, he wasn't involved. I didn't see him there, and apparently he has been training. He's a fantastic talent. We saw him for 450 grand to Como.
Yeah,
I think there's a reasonably good relationship there. We're saying Kevin Zeffy, like not probably not having the relationship there, but Zeffy definitely does. Sorry, Naj Razi definitely does.
yeah,
I think it's one that could happen, especially with McAneff departing the club. Yeah, I'd love to see it happen. To be honest.
yeah. You touched on there, McAneff departing. Thoughts on that? It was the right
I'm
move.
not. I'm not. I was really surprised because he's under contract, and I think it's hard to kind of get a player like in his early 30s, kind of off the books,
Yeah,
probably on good wage and so on. But I imagine he would have wanted to move closer to home. But to be honest, like McAneff in his second spell was nowhere near the player he was in his first
no,
spell.
it was so
Kind of
good
looked
first
like
time around.
he was unbelievable. First time, remember, he was like probably the best centre midfielder in the league. Like he was
Yeah,
everywhere. He's
well,
scoring
yeah,
goals, defending, attacking, passing. But this time he was kind of breaking down with injuries. He looked at extra bulkier. He couldn't get around. He couldn't get a shot on target. So probably best for all parties. Look, he's a club. He's a cult hero. Sean McGregor's cult hero as far as like accolades and so on. Obviously, big moment like scoring the penalty in the cup final in 2019. But yeah, probably best for all parties. He departs and probably will be earning a good package closer to home also.
yeah, without a doubt. We'll touch on well, like Michael Noonan first. I think that looks like it's going to get edging
Mm.
closer to a deal. I thought 1.8 million was the latest bid from Hoffenheim. I think Rovers were strongly considering it, if not potentially accepting it.
Mm.
Good money, and good move from I think if that happens.
Yeah, I'd advocate that being a move. Now, probably with the thinking was behind it, he's contracted at the end of this year, but apparently he signed a new contract before
All
Christmas.
right.
I think they put an extra year in his deal, so he actually has 2 years left in his deal now, which is fantastic. So it probably means that we could afford to keep him and sell him then in the summer, which probably I'd probably edge towards that now, to be honest. I don't think an extra 6 months of Rovers would do him any harm, especially with Champions League qualifiers and so on. And I think he could go to maybe a Chelsea then, or maybe even another English club. You never know, or whoever. And I think his value would maybe increase as well. But I don't necessarily know if Michael Noonan will depart the club. Even though they said the third was accepted, I think he has to decide. Now listen, you'd probably be watching this knowing the outcome, but it makes sense to happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen either.
Well, he's watching this. Hi, Michael. How are things? You should definitely, definitely with the Hoffenheim. I think that's definitely the
Yeah,
best move. Uh,
yeah,
I think yeah, maybe his reservations about moving to Germany. It's kind of a big culture
yeah.
shock, language stuff, and all that kind of thing. Whereas maybe if you move to somewhere in the UK, it's kind of an easier adjustment potentially. But I think it's like the likes of a Chelsea or something's just a fucking disaster. Like
No, it is, but I suppose it's with the view to the opportunities that would bring. You probably go to Strasbourg or somewhere
Strasbourg.
like that.
Yeah,
Because the Hoffenheim, like even though like there's like Finn Sherlock and there's one or two other Irish lads over there, like he's going into their B team. Like that is near to a fact as to what will happen. He probably trained the first team for a bit, but he will play for their B team. Like what's an extra 6 months of Rovers going to do for you? Like as I said, he signed a new deal before Christmas. This is not like he wants out. He's trusting the club. As I said, I think if the club get their 2 mil, they'll accept it. But
yeah.
I'm just wondering,
Imagine
like
you got injured or yeah, or something like that. Like
yeah, there's always that, I suppose, as well. Yeah, he didn't play in either friendly on Saturday, and I kind of thought to myself, I was like,
he's
he's
gone.
gone. But maybe Bradley's just like Victor, obviously, and putting him on ice until a decision is made and then proceeding.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Final thing on Rovers that I had anyway was Sean Maguire. Obviously, Bradley confirmed that there
Mm,
was a bid made, €30,000 rejected.
mm.
Um, pittance, not a great offer at all. Is it a pittance for a striker
Uh,
of this caliber, isn't it?
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, as we said, like you're not going to pay six figures for him,
No,
though,
you're
are you?
not.
Like
No.
I couldn't even just for anything over 50 grand from like. I could see us up in the offer maybe if we lose Maguire, maybe bring it up to 50 grand, but anything over that, I'm just like, lads, he's 31, he's be 32 in the summer. Like there's no sell on value. He's in the first division. If he wants to play Champions League football, come to Rovers. If he wants to play first division football, stay at Cork. I just think it comes down to that and what he wants in his life at the moment. 'Cause obviously he's settled in Cork with family and houses and so on. So
Yeah,
to be honest, I think this is more unlikely now. So I played for Cork today in a friendly, and to be honest, I'm kind of bearing away from it. The idea of it a bit now. I'm a bit like, if we can keep Noonan, it probably makes more sense. Or even if we could go for someone else with a younger profile,
yeah,
maybe it makes a bit more sense too. So
I
especially with
agree.
Aaron Green now, I saw he was playing friendly. Gaffney of Green, they're both 35, 36. So you don't
Yeah,
need another one at that
another
age,
one of
like
them. Yeah, if you shift the green on or something, it might make a bit more sense.
Yeah,
You don't need
yeah, exactly,
young
exactly,
folks home up
exactly.
top, like. Um,
Yeah.
uh, the three of them collecting their pensions on during the week, like. Uh, uh,
Oh, stop.
that was
Craig
it.
Yall, number 75s.
That was like, yeah, Romeo Sensini, our go-to.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
did you have anything else on Rovers?
I just had the Afalabi rumours. One that we
Oh yeah,
wanted one that we wanted last winter. I think they wanted mad money from then, done six figures. Obviously, he's been injured for the most of that time. Like he's good age profile, but really bad injuries. So I have my reservations over him. I'm just like now. I'm just like, look, if we can keep Noon and keep him, if we get to 2 million, let him go. But
yeah. I think it probably
I
makes
just
more
think,
sense if you could get Afalabi on a free than spending money on Maguire, probably.
yeah, yeah, 100%. And look, if he's injured, you could maybe have a look at him or get him in on. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I even think keeping him until the summer. And even if Hoffenheim would give us until the summer, then maybe see what the market looks like then. Because you never know. Like I'm not saying you would get like someone else of a better profile, but you never know if like I'm not saying a
Becomes
Johnny
available.
Kenny, but just
Yeah,
someone random. You know what I mean? Like you never know.
yeah, no, interesting for sure.
Mm,
Shelbourne front, very, very quiet. Obviously, we touched on Rodrigo Freitas in the last
mm.
video, being close to being done. He's obviously joined the club, and done all right by all accounts in pre-season so far. Scored a couple of goals. An exciting one that I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the flesh now and seeing what he's all about. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I think he looks good. I think he will be good as well. I hope he's good because I think he'll be good. As I said, like there's expectation on Chelsea. We're talking about Derry expectations. There's definitely expectation on Chelsea. I've spent like 200 grand on players. Like I know it's pittance in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
English football, but it's big money for League of Ireland club. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've gone about our business like kind of quietly in the background as well, a little bit in comparison to others, because I feel like we've got some stuff done early. Obviously, the Casey move was a little bit later in free task, but like our squad was fairly settled before that, and then we brought it back a few players like Spiel and Norris, so it doesn't feel like massive new signings, but actually are huge to get them back in. So I'm kind of relatively pleased with that. I saw Sam Bone was back in. I thought he was gone, to be honest. He's back in the mix now somehow.
He's back.
So, I thought his contract was up, but I thought he was on the PFAI transfer list. I thought he's absolutely gone. Like, so I don't know what. Maybe he's
He
just
wants.
training and playing or whatever. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You have a very like near to complete squad. I think he's a Gav Malloy away from having the 11. I just think he's have the 10 now. He's need the one more, but I don't know. Maybe that's one for the
we're
summer.
probably a top class centre half away from really, really like properly. I think we can compete, but like really, really being confident about going toe for toe and
Mm.
with yourselves and Derry now. But this is gonna it's gonna be tough to see what happens. But
Yeah. Like I personally don't agree with this, but you are probably regarded as third favorites for the title. But
probably
I
fair.
probably do, I probably do, obviously last season there for second, you said sure, blah blah. But as I said, I have my reservations over there. I feel like we have this conversation yearly about them. And as you said, Joey O'Brien was really good when he came in. Like you're saying, his form table, like he's nearly top of it, or what if he was top of it. But as kind of with Pat's last season, it's a completely different story when it gets going from the start, isn't it? Like, and
Yeah,
everyone's on 0 points. So we'll see. I think Shells are one of these one to watch teams. They could have a stormer, or they could be a bit hit or miss. Like it's very interesting. How do you
yeah,
feel about it?
yeah. Very interesting as well. It's gonna be one to definitely keep an eye on.
Mm,
Yeah, it's a tough one to call. I do think we had spells last season where we were really poor, and then we had a spell towards the end where we were really good in the league.
mm.
And so it's really hard to know. I think when we get up and running and firing on all cylinders, I think we're cracking little side. It's just about consistency and getting the
Which
best out of Woods and Coots and the likes of Meatbones and
what
stuff.
one thing I was thinking as well, like if you look at your best 11 on the pitch, like from that league winning team, like there's only like three of the lads left in your best 11. Like you have Paddy
Yeah,
Barra, you have Harry Wood, you have who else? Maybe JJ Lunny, you could
maybe
say.
one, yeah.
And Ledwidge, I wouldn't really regard him in your best 11, but you know what I mean?
Ali
Like
Coot was there for that as well.
what was he? Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a
yeah,
good bulk of
yeah.
that. It's not like 7 out of the 11 have won the league. Like it's almost like it's a new team now, isn't it? Like
It
it's
is
a new
new era,
start.
new era. Yeah, without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah,
I
so
think it needed that freshening up though a bit though as well. Like,
nah, he's vastly overachieved when he's won the league. And like as I said, they probably found their level last season, so you moved them on, and now it's a fresh start. But I think with that comes a know-how you probably will have to learn over the course of this season, maybe even next season, to
yeah,
maybe try regain a big title or a cup or a
yeah.
European group stage or something. So yeah.
Someone that will feel like a new signing if he's involved is Sean Moore. I know he came in with kind of big
Mm,
reputation midway through last season and never really got much of a run in the team at all. So be interesting
yeah,
to see if he can get much of kind of playing time this year. That'll be an interesting one for sure. But yeah,
yeah,
quite on
definitely.
Shells think to maybe an eye out in the centre half if became available. But they're kind of well stocked. It might not be the stock you want, but you have to shift it before you can bring it in.
Maybe James Roach is one to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely, and
yeah,
Dan Ring potentially as well.
yeah.
We want to Sligo then. Sligo Rovers have brought in Shane Blaney, centre back on loan from
Fantastic. Yeah.
Livingston. Obviously was with the club previously. So I think that's a really really good pickup. Obviously with Paddy McLean leaving, they needed a centre half.
Yeah, really, really astute piece of business. A cult hero probably is Sligo scored a fantastic free kick against Motherwell, and
Yeah,
obviously losing Paddy McLean is probably like for like left foot centre half, big presence. He played a good bit over for Motherwell. Was that Livingston? I can't
Livingston.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got good exposure over there, and yeah, I think it's really good business by Sligo. I saw, yeah, I just think they need to add now, especially with the other news going on with them at the moment. I kind of Sligo are a funny one. Like I was even saying to myself when they got Delaney and Elding was still there, I was like, could these lads like Nick Europe? Like this was before Bose did the Diallo and power moves,
yeah,
but I was
yeah,
like, is there an outside show here? Pats don't get their act together. Could Sligo, if they kept Elding, do something mad?
yeah.
But I think obviously that dynamic has shifted.
Yeah, you can touch on Elding. Obviously he has. It was one that kind of went quiet, and we were kind of thinking
Mm.
you could see him staying. Like Sturm Graz were
Yeah.
looked like seven figures, and would anyone go for that? And then kind of A little bit out of nowhere, I thought. Highburn hit gone to Hibs, 400
Mm.
grand plus add-ons. A little bit underwhelming on the transfer fee side, I would say.
I don't know if that's true, the 400 grand, because everyone was reporting that. But then I read in the Irish Times they were saying the fee was under what it actually was, upfront fee wise. And I saw some Sligo Rovers fan be like, no, it was actually 500 grand plus add-ons to bring it to seven figures. So I don't know. I don't know what the departure was. For if it is 400 grand, it's depressing
Yeah,
because Josh Honan had a year left in his deal. It's 25 and he went for more money. And obviously, you're looking at Noonan, you're looking at Ozzy Vuna, you're looking at Neely. He's on that level with them boys. Like
yeah,
I don't know. There's one or two that are really good, but he's up there. And like we were about like his contract for the next 2 years. Seven figures. You get even at 1.9, but like a mil or
yeah.
1.1. You know,
Yeah, because he
yeah,
got into both of our team of the years last season. Amelia and Noonan didn't, like,
yeah. This is the thing, and his stats are outrageous. Like he's got like two hat tricks last season
Yeah.
independently. Like and Sligo were down the bottom of the league. Like it's not like he's playing for Rovers or playing for
No,
Pats or
exactly.
playing for
Absolute crackers as well. Like his compilation is unbelievable. Like,
Hibs have got a big baller in their hands, and I think Sligo will see the seven figures now. With that 400, 500k remains to be seen, but I think they will see the seven
yeah,
figures over the course of
I think it's
time.
achievable, and I think they might have a sell on as well. And you could see him
Yeah,
going for 5 million in 2 years' time
yeah,
or something.
exactly. Yeah, it's just it's a bit sad for the league, like because as I said, Pat's done some really good business, Rovers done some really good business now. Like if Sligo do some really good business now, it's almost like a perception changer. It's like no, look, like you leave Dublin and they're still demanding seven figures, but. Yeah, I suppose it's just the league, isn't it? Like, clubs see money and they're just like, gimme.
Yeah, it's almost like in my head they've gone from being like potentially fighting for mid-table outside show for Europe to like back in that race for ninth nearly. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah,
That's
for
that,
me,
that's a big show.
I think he's a huge loss. I think he's irreplaceable. Like he's
Mm.
carrying them at times last year. I know they still have cracking players and O'Kane and Akiki and all these boys, but I think he was just such the main man. Like,
Yeah, they don't have a goal scorer now. I know your man Shore went in there on loan, but
it's been a
like
punt. Like, yeah,
he was a magic man for them.
yeah,
And I saw another player I saw there being linked to it, Sean McHale of
yeah.
Pats. I think he had a good loan spell at Dundalk last year. Centre half, had a bid rejected. I think
He was.
Sligo need one or two more players now, don't they?
Yeah, no, I think he'd be a very good signing. He was very good
Yeah,
on loan. 20, good age profile. I think a little
yeah,
move to Sligo would be great for him on a personal level at his age as well for development.
definitely.
I think that'd be. I wonder could they even get him in on loan, but if they have the money there now to spend it, I think that's like a wise little transfer to get in.
Yeah, I think they need that and maybe another striker. I think Sligo probably need that to be kind of safe, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
it,
should
it's a
still be
sad one
fine.
for Sligo. I
Still
say,
be
yeah.
fine. But it's a big loss. It is a big loss. Big
Mm,
loss for the league as well. It's a big name and a big character and a big
yeah.
player.
I would
Like,
have I would have loved to seen him be
did
spend
you?
another 6 months.
Yeah, did you? Yeah, I think you won one young player of the year last year. I think didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like he's
baller.
such a good player. Big loss for the league. But wish him all the best over in Scotland.
Mm,
I've no doubt he's going to absolutely smash it. Move on to St. Pat's then. They've brought in a couple of players. They brought in Glory Nzingo from Swansea. He was on loan at an MLS Next Pro team last season, Caroline Core. Um, Obviously he was on trial with St. Pat's. Um, I think he's an underage international for Ireland, I think as well, isn't he? I think.
yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
So it's yeah, I think he scored in a friendly as well. So it looks like he could be a good sign.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, remains to be seen. He's obviously got passed before.
Yeah,
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, a bit under the radar. I think Kenny's kind of going for those sort of profile of players, like, kind of players that maybe have a point to prove.
yeah,
And yeah, we'll see.
definitely like a bit of a shift in the dressing room from like a couple of characters that were there last year to now, like in terms of egos maybe and bits and pieces like that. And Kenny's kind of maybe getting back a bit more control of that dressing room a little bit, and it'd be interesting to see. Brought in a couple, obviously, Boyce and Mata and stuff, and they have brought in Ryan Edmondson, a striker.
Mm,
He was with Central Coast Mariners last season. He's a
mm,
name that I recognise because he has bounced around the EFL a
mm.
bit with Leeds and a few of them, a few spells down in League Two.
He scored a winner in Wembley at a playoff
Yeah,
final or something. Yeah,
yeah. I knew the name when I saw him, and I was kind of
yeah.
surprised. Like, oh, got Pats, I got him. He could be decent. Like,
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah, but apparently Pats are having a nightmare up top. Like Keane is injured, Matt is injured. I think there are some fans joking. They're gonna be like, Jesus, are we really going to be starting Jay McClelland up top for our first game of the season?
Move him on the tactics board from left back to striker, let's say.
Yeah, the utility man.
Yeah.
But this will be interesting. Why not? I'm open to this in the league. Like some left field shouts, and yeah, he could do well.
I
We'll
think he's only
see.
24 as well, like a decent enough age.
Profile. He could come in and do bits. I mean, he signed. He's like, what did he come in? Did he come in on like permanent deal, on 2 year deal or something?
I
I
think
don't know if
so.
it's one or two, but
Yeah.
why not? Let him hit the ground running. Why not? Like,
Yeah. Do you know how long Mata and Keane are out for?
I don't know. I don't
Keane isn't
know.
serious, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I have no clue to be honest with you, but it's not ideal to have either of those boys available.
No.
But Trey, listen, Mata, Keane, and Edmondson's are up there for one of the best strike forces in the league. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah. Without a doubt.
solid business. Yeah, yeah.
Barry Cotter returned to Pats. Could you see it?
Maybe not really. To be honest, I think the boys there, obviously,
Play
but
left
they could
back,
maybe go
maybe.
in there. You go in left back, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. But I just think he's so Barry Cotter's such an athlete. I just think wing back at Derry suits him so much better.
Yeah. I agree.
I think the money that Derry could probably offer him would appeal to him as well. So I just have a feeling he'll go to Derry.
Yeah, it seems more likely, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Pats is an interesting one. Like, it's definitely gone under the radar a bit. Like, I think they're not too pleased with this Aviva game and stuff. So it just feels like the vibes aren't great heading into the new season for Pats. But maybe a good start. Kenny can get the fans back on side a bit or something. I feel it could go one or two
Good
ways.
start.
Like,
Could it could. I'm had them for an outside show for Europe, but after Bowes' business, it's just very hard to put one of Bowes' shells, their heroes, outside of the European mix,
yeah,
especially with the momentum. I think momentum's huge in the club, and I just think Pats don't have it at the moment, and I think it's a real concern. And to be honest, like, look, I know Mulroney was in and out of the team, but if you even go back a season to 24, like he was their best winger, and they
mm,
haven't replaced him. Like
no,
they haven't, and I don't know. El Bezzetti, I saw he's been out for nearly a year now, and he's doing rehab. Like he was a Simon Power and Keane Levy. Like it's all right, like, but it's nothing to
am
write
I
home about.
crazy and say I probably need to look at the squads more? But I'm just looking at it, thinking about it here. I'm like, could Pats be an outside shout for like ninth? I'm not even messing. Like I'm
You're
not
getting
sure if I'm.
clipped up. You're getting clipped up.
Like, I don't know if what that might be crazy. I don't know.
I just think they've too many good players like
Yeah,
Redmond and Ang
surely.
Forrester. You know what I mean? Ramal Palmer. So he's doing bits in preseason.
Yeah,
I think they'll
Palmer
be
size
all
fit
right.
is huge. Palmer could be is like a new signing actually. Yeah,
Here's one for you. I don't know if Stephen Kenny will be there by the end of the season.
I agree. I don't know. Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't know. I know
Yeah,
he's not a bit bumper long deal, but I think if it goes sour from, he might just say, oh, fuck.
they might make an agreement of some sort or some sort.
Yeah, they might say, listen, that's like, this is not working.
Yeah, go get John Russell or something. Yeah,
Maybe, yeah, we'll see. But listen, they're not getting Europe, they're not in Europe, and they're still splashing the cash. So
yeah,
fair play to them, like
yeah, for sure, absolutely. Well, they
yeah,
got a few
yeah.
big boys off the wage books as well, but
Mm,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting, definitely. Um, finally, then Waterford. They signed that fella that we've been banging on about for a while, Jorgen Volas. I
mm,
think I think I had him pegged as a striker, but I think he's actually a winger. Norwegian fella, obviously impressed on
right.
trial. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he gets on.
Interesting, yeah, yeah. I don't know what system Waterford go play. They played like that 5-3-2, but they have
Yeah,
a lot of
new
attackers now,
gaffer.
so you wonder if they'll adapt.
Yeah, new gaffer now as well. So it'd be interesting to see how
Yeah,
he approaches it.
true
Like,
that, true that.
um, Kasper Rojewski obviously left the club. He's gone to the Hungary top flight.
Mm.
Player they were linked to Barry Coffey. He looks like he could be going to the States potentially.
I
Actually,
think it got confirmed.
did it
He
get
went to
confirmed?
Hartford Athletic, in
Interesting.
the
I hope
States. So yeah, maybe one we might see in the future come back to the league. But
I
yeah,
could
big
see him
loss.
back at some stage. Yeah,
Yeah,
25 goals
yeah,
last year was it or something in the first division?
yeah. Something ridiculous, ridiculous stats. Yeah, from goer.
Yeah. Couple of trial players. Danny McGrath on trial. Young
Solid player.
midfielder. He was in the Belgian league after leaving
Mm,
Bowes. I think he was on trial at Brentford. Funny enough, maybe for the Brentford B team.
mm,
19-year-old midfielder. Another lad, Alec Vinci, 26-year-old midfielder from the
yeah.
German lower leagues. On trial as well. So looking at another midfielder potentially Waterford.
Yeah, well, Danny McGrath can play centre half as well, so I think he'd be a good player to get in. A player kind of earmarked to come back to the league with the back end.
Yeah.
Like he's been a free agent since the summer, I think.
Has he? Yeah.
So I think he'd be a good one. He's a good age profile. He's like 2021. said good experience
19.
across Europe. Oh, so even younger again. Yeah, no, that's it. Why not? I think he'd be solid for Waterford. I think why not? Like, take a punt, give him a year, give him a 2 year deal, maybe a year with an option or something. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think he could hit the ground running. So yeah, Waterford taking along nicely. Don't really know much. I was looking at kind of the FBI connected their squad and I'm trying to piece players together. Like you have Carty playing, you have Noonan playing, you have Almond playing, and you have Lonergan playing. I'm like, how are all these boys playing in the one team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting to see
yeah,
how they go about it, won't it?
yeah, yeah.
Barry Cotter was obviously linked to Waterford, but apparently I don't think they have the financial power to kind of outweigh a Derry in that one, I don't think.
Can't see that. There you could pay him 2.5 grand a week, like
Yeah.
easy.
And they
So I
signed
can't
they
see.
signed the fullbacks as well, didn't they? They signed
Yeah, they have your man Benny Kudo, and then on the right they have I think Luke Heaney can play there as well, and
yeah,
then
I'm pretty sure they signed it right full, didn't they? Did they sign one?
I can't remember who their right full is, but they've someone there anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, Luke Heaney can definitely do a job there. Check that point out quickly. But Waterford, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they get on and how John Daly pieces all together. He's another one that you could see being under a bit of pressure if it goes wrong early doors as well. Like,
The Waterford love chopping and changing, giving it. Your man will be
yeah,
back in, whatever his name is, if anything goes sideways.
get the company man back, fly him
Company band,
in.
yeah, back for more. Keep milling.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but listen, look, the league's looking really good. Everyone's gotten better. Like, obviously tongue in cheek about Galway in that regard, but like, look, every team, like, look, Galway could well have, their punts in the dark could be good, but every team's looking really good. Like as I said, which is fantastic for the league. And if Shane Duffy comes back, we're even better again.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, that's any more across the league, Ross, you heard of?
Don't think so. I don't think so. I was just checking Waterford to see if I could find. Obviously, it's on Albert McLaughlin as well. Sorry, but I was trying to see if because I see
Hmm.
that right full that I was thinking of, but I think I'm imagining things.
Right.
But
Maybe, yeah, Barry caught a rifle, then you never know.
yeah, yeah, never know. You never know.
Yeah, look, guys, there we have it. There's our League of Ireland Transfer Bumper Show, episode
That was a
9.
long one, wasn't it?
Um,
Jesus.
there's a long one, yeah, long one. Good content, a lot of stuff to catch up on. But look, 100 likes, guys. Can we get there? 4K as well. Subscribers, we're what are we, 95 subscribers off 4K, Ross, are
Yeah,
we?
yeah, something like that, I
Near
think.
enough. So yeah, as I said, get your friends involved. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And look, we've the Connor Keeley video up there as well. The link for that is on the page also. So have a watch of that. It's a really good interview and give us a like on that also. But yeah, Ross, thanks as always.
Nice one, Luke. Thanks, mate, for tuning in, guys. See you next week.